This Read 180 topic is made possible by a grant from
Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Celebrating the joy of kids growing through interaction.
And by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the annual financial support of viewers like you.
No messing around here. Sit up straight. We're talking tickets, fines, serious rules and regulations that affect you. This topic is about rules that you'll have an opinion about. Because when you take a close look at rules and regulations, they spark debates. That's exactly why the VJ who'll be taking you through these videos is Zabrena, our VJ who rules in the rule department.
Yes, sir. 4 videos coming up, sir. For the first one, I'm wearing this and these because of this. But even these won't protect you all the time, because in many places in America, skateboarding is against the law. Honest. You'll see.
Ban the boards?
You're cruising down the street on your board, and suddenly, what? Skateboarding is illegal? Yep, cities all over America are banning boards in public places and downtown streets because the city could get sued for big bucks if someone gets hurt on city property. And, for sure, people get hurt. Don't try this at home. Instead of banning boards completely, some cities are trying to open skateboard parks. The public and their boarders have less chance of injury, but...
We had a park over on the east side. Unfortunately, a kid got hurt there, and so they closed it down for liability reasons.
So, if they can even be sued for skateboard park accidents, what's the city to do?
They're trying to add skateboarding to the list of hazardous activities.
The list of hazardous activities are things like hang gliding and skydiving. If an activity is on the list, then everyone does it at their own risk. If someone is injured, no one can sue the city. What's the solution? Ban the boards? Open skateboard parks? Or add it to the list of hazardous activities? Or do you have another solution that might keep boarders and the city happy? If you spoke at the next city council meeting, what would you say? Curfews are common. Mine is 11 p.m. on weekends. Cinderella had until midnight. Here's the story of a kid in Texas who broke curfew, and the result was a little more serious than his carriage turning into a pumpkin.
What curfew?
It was a Saturday night in Austin, Texas. Trey Ellaby, his mom, and some friends were hanging out at the South by Southwest Music Festival. At about 10:30, Trey's mom said he and his friends could go off, and she'd meet them later.
It's not necessarily the greatest thing to be scouting girls with your mother.
But one catch. Austin has a curfew for teens, and Trey was arrested.
Curfew was 10 o'clock on a weekend. I would have never figured that.
The state enacted the curfew to reduce crime, and it works. Since it was passed, juvenile crime after midnight has been reduced by 55%. Good law, but what if you didn't know about it? The attorney for the Ellabys argues,
the city does not have prominently posted signs. There are some small signs around, but you really have to look for them.
But the city attorney reminds us that
ignorance of the law is no excuse.
And uses the example that even if you don't see the 55-mile-per-hour speed limit sign, you can still get a ticket for speeding. The Ellabys are going to court to try to get the charges dropped. Should the charges be dropped? Or is Trey guilty as charged? Why not be the judge? Deliberate and draft your own opinion. That's legal speak for writing down your decision. The gavel's in your hands. Ta-da! Driver's license. This is a huge achievement. Okay, I still can't parallel park, but I have a license, thanks to Read 180. What does Read 180 have to do with getting a license? Watch.
No passing.
For every teenager, getting a driver's license means the end of "Can you pick me up at 7?" and the start of wheel power. To get a license in most states, all you need to do is take a driver's ed course, log some hours behind the wheel, and pass a test.
Between the lines, keep it between the lines.
In Illinois, it may not be that simple. To combat the high failure and dropout rate in high schools, a new law called the No Pass, No Drive law has been adopted. Here's how it works. You have to pass 8 courses in 2 semesters, or you can't take the driving part of driver's ed. And without it, you can't get your license.
A driver's license is a big thing to, us, because once you get your driver's license, it shows freedom, kind of.
Now slowly pull out, and as you pull out, go hand over hand to your right. Hand over hand to your right.
School administrators say the law works as an incentive to keep kids in school, but some kids think it's just not fair. What's fair? Should failing grades be a roadblock to getting your license? Or are grades and driving separate issues, and you should be able to get your license no matter what? What do you think? There are some things that can really cramp your style, like when Dad chaperones the school dance, or you have to babysit your little sister on the night your friends are coming over. Or how about this one? Watch.
Taking mom to the mall.
Ever been to the Mall of America, the biggest mall in the U.S.? Well, say it's Saturday night and you're meeting your friends there. To get in this place, you either need ID to prove you're over 16, or if you're under 16, you'll need to bring mom, or someone else over 21. There's been some trouble at the mall, mainly loud and rowdy kids. When there are up to 3,000 kids a weekend dropping in and shopping around, that can be a lot of rowdy.
We're talking about obscene and profane language, not necessarily a violation of the law.
Store owners claim some kids are scaring away customers.
They are intimidated by what they hear and they're frightened and they leave to get away from the problem.
Some kids feel they're being discriminated against because of a few troublemakers.
I'm really angry about it. I think that when you go into any store in here with a group of teenagers, 4 or more, everyone looks around at you like you're gonna steal something.
Is the mall discriminating against kids by requiring them to have a chaperone on weekends? Or is the mall exercising their right to protect store owners from rowdy kids? If you had to negotiate with the two sides, kids and the store owners, what would you tell each side?
It's not fair, but you're leaving this topic and moving on to another one.